Edgeworth has had yet another offense pinned on him. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Once again, we have a trial impasse. Where this trial is headed, no one truly knows. Let's save. And find out just where on earth is this heading. Lunchtime. Sorry, Edgeworth. Once again, we got him in trouble again. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Poor Gumshoe. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Sorry. So we called him here again? This is the last time. Yeah, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law! So we can study some evidence law. She wanted me to give you a message. She said if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him meaning him. Let's give it a good read. That is where you're wrong. Why is Edgeworth still in the prosecutor's seat, despite the allegations? The real trial today hasn't even begun yet. Hasn't even began yet. What else is left to do? You're missing the point, sorry. He's the real killer. Time to find the real killer. So let's go, Edgy. To war. For Sparta! Okay, no. Never mind. Forget I said that. Court is back in session. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Once again. Edgeworth takes it very classily. But this isn't easy to say. See, there's some concern that Mr. Edgeworth may have struck a bargain with witnesses. Everyone has been talking and we have a solution. That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. You could have struck a deal with me. That's why we love you, Edgeworth. That's why you're awesome. Yes, Edgy? Defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. defendant's apartment 2 years ago, Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. Let's hear his side. That's a good point. Welcome back, Chief. Just on my way to lunch. Edgeworth made up his mind. Time for a hardball. Oh, righto, what's with the grim face? In the time when Lena's sister murdered that prosecutor. So he has been listening. He's very brave or very foolish. The police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Take my testimony, for example. Remember this, I don't have to give it if I don't want to. Such an action carries with it certain risks. That's going to be important a little later on. If this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Party time. I saw not an incident. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lena there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. That's when Dark was arrested. He was lying on the floor unconscious, just like she said. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. If he has a right to refuse to testify, then we better hit him hard and fast. But first we need some more information. We know that. It's these last 3 statements I want to know more about. What did you see? 'Twas a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Apparently hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those 2 poor girls. Lena was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. Arranged? How so? How do you know, boy? Because the victim's body, it had already been moved. That means you found the body near Lena's desk. By the way, in a real court of law, he'd never pass as a witness. He's already been corrupted by the previous testimony in the trial. He'd never be allowed to testify. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the quote-unquote forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? But that's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. If you're going to stare at anything, better off staring at the court record. Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? When we come back, we'll link Gant to the forgery in SL9.